Hello. This is for class for beginners. It will be a short video about the verb to be in Greek. First of all, two things I have to say introductory. The verb to be in Greek is irregular, like many other languages. The verb to be, the common verbs, the ones often used in many languages, are usually the ones that are irregular, and this is the case with to be in Greek. It is ime. Now, notice here I call the verb ime, not to be. It's like calling the verb I am. Okay, so to be, okay, would be like the infinitive, yeah? But Greek or in other languages like French or Italian, like in French, I'm sorry for the accents, I have no accents on this keyboard. You would have this verb. Uh, in Spanish, it would be this verb, yeah? So you call the verb with the infinitive. In Greek, we no longer have infinitive. There is no longer an infinitive form in modern Greek, so we just use the verb in the first singular. So we say it this way, we say the verb I am. That's what the Greek would literally say. Το ρήμα είμαι. Το ρήμα είμαι. That's how we say it. Okay. Let's get to the verb. Okay, what I've done here is I've written down 1 for the first person singular, 2 second person, 3 third person, and then plural 1, 2, 3. If it is still not clear, let me write right next to them you. The persons in English. So I, you, he, she, it, we. Now this is you plural. Sometimes this confuses people coming from English as a native language. This is you plural, so we have you singular, you plural, and ine would be they. Yeah. Actually, let me write the whole thing to be absolutely sure everybody understands what I'm talking about. Because the thing is here that what you have on the left hand, on your left hand, is the verb. It's the whole thing. Okay, notice here I wrote ime. This is the whole thing. This is all you need to say I am in Greek. If you put the pronoun εγώ is the Greek word for I, εγώ είμαι, the meaning is slightly different. You give emphasis like I am or you are if you put the pronoun. But if you just want to say I am, then you say είμαι without the little word εγώ. Okay, and for now, I will not use these words at all because they don't help in any way. All you have to understand here is that you know which verb, which person you are talking about. You know if it's the first person singular I or the third plural they by the form of the verb, the way the verb looks and sounds, of course. Yeah? The most important thing, the way it sounds. So let me read it slowly. Είμαι, είσαι, είναι, είμαστε, είσαστε or είστε. Let me write this like this. Είναι. Okay. Now, what I want you to notice, if it helps you to memorize the verb, if this helps you to memorize the verb, is that the first person, singular and plural, has this M. The second person, singular and plural, has this E. By the way, these two forms I wrote down. They are equivalent. Είσαστε is a bit more archaic. Είστε is what I would use at least in most situations. And then είναι has this N, and now you can see this might create a bit of confusion because the third person, singular and plural, are the same. Okay, this is the person that might create a bit of confusion, and as you advance in Greek, you might come across some tricks Greeks use to clarify if they're saying he is or she is, and as opposed to they are. We have some tricks to do that. Now, some basic phrases with the verb to be in Greek. Είμαι ο Νίκος. You see here I put εγώ in the parentheses because don't normally say εγώ είμαι ο Νίκος. It sounds very emphatic. Είμαι ο Νίκος, I am Nick or Nikos, however you prefer it. I am Nick. Yeah? I usually prefer to give Greek names in Greek and English names in English to sound more natural. Yeah? I am Nick. Είμαι ο Νίκος. I also put εγώ here to make it clear the subject is εγώ. Yeah? This is the subject, yeah, of the phrase. And ο Nikos is my name, but notice here we don't say in Greek, let me write this to be perfectly clear, we don't say in Greek είμαι Nikos. That would be a mistake. It would be confusing for a Greek to hear this. You have to put the article before the name, and also it would similarly be a mistake, another variant I hear very often, εγώ είμαι Nikos. Yeah? This is actually a bit worse because you use also the εγώ on top of it. So the correct way to say it is είμαι ο Νίκος. Είμαι ο Κώστας, είμαι ο Τάκης, είμαι ο Μάκης. Είμαι ο Αμπτούλ, είμαι ο Μουσταφά, είμαι ο Πίτερ, είμαι ο Πιότr. Yeah? Now, how do we ask somebody, who are you? Now, this is a tricky part. To ask somebody, what's your name, we cannot use the verb to be. Okay, we use this one, πώς σε λένε. This is what I have here. It's what's your name? What's your name? Yeah. And then there is this other question using the verb to be. If you remember, we just saw this over here, yeah? Which means, ποιος είσαι means who are you? So these are two completely different situations, but you can have the same answer. So somebody knocks on the door, you say ποιος είσαι? Or ποιος είναι? It might be actually, now that I hear it, might be better actually to say ποιος είναι. Who is it? Who is it? Who is it is better than who are you? Who is it? And you say είμαι ο Νίκος. Yeah. Or you meet somebody for the first time, let's say at a party, and you say πώς σε λένε? Με λένε Νίκο or είμαι ο Νίκος. Yeah? So it can answer two different questions. For now, as a beginner, I think it's a good idea to start practicing this one. Of course, I understand how many new people are you going to meet every week. But when you are with a group of friends and you don't know somebody, that's an easy phrase you can ask. And then the reply should be quite straightforward. Okay? Because the problem that beginners often have is that they ask things and they don't understand the answer. But in this situation, I think the answer should be fairly understandable. And now we have another very basic question we can use with the verb to be. Από πού είσαι? Here, over here. Where are you from? Where are you from? And of course you can use this with somebody you meet for the first time, let's say at work. Από πού είσαι? But also, even if somebody is clearly Greek, you can ask him or her this question to clarify which part of Greece you are from. Yeah? Από πού είσαι? Είμαι από τη Θεσσαλονίκη. Είμαι από την Πάτρα. Είμαι από τη Μύκονο. I am from Mykonos. Yeah? Originally, this is where I come from. So the way you answer this is you say είμαι, and now careful. This is the mistake that often happens here. You have this από in the question, like where are you from? And when you answer in English, you will say I am from Spain, let's say, or Portugal. Yeah? I am from Portugal. You will not say I am Portugal. But this is, however, what many people say, forgetting, if you forget this little από, the answer makes no sense. So if you say είμαι την Πορτογαλία, this answer makes no sense. You have to remember to add this little word. Yeah? And that's it. That's a very basic introduction to the verb to be in Greek.